he composed. And then he started using more combinations of white keys and black keys. Okay, so not everything was in a single key. He would use all these extra notes for color, which is really, really important because he influenced a lot of the jazz that would come after that. And hey, that's a picture of a composer. Let's check out. This is obviously not him. It does not sound like Beethoven. I believe this is a theme and variations. And what a theme and variations means is you play the melody one time, and then you play it another time with some little differences here and there. And then you play it again with more differences, and again with more differences. And this is something that composers did to kind of show their chops, show what they're all about. You can hear some of those notes, right? They're kind of wandery. Like that one? Maybe that one too? Maybe that one? Back to the theme. There we go. A little Chopin for you today. Last one. Wagner. Look at that hat. Look at that hat, Taya. Look at that. Would you wear a hat like that? I don't even know. So it's really fun about Wagner. I mean, Wagner might as well. If he didn't write Lord of the Rings, he wrote the thing that Lord of the Rings was based off of. Like, it's crazy how similar Lord of the Rings is to Wagner. Crazy. And he wrote huge operas. So we're good. Like, this is our last guy we're talking about today. I'm going to skip all this sort of stuff. So when Wagner wrote an opera, he wrote something called the libretto. What the libretto is what everybody says. Now, if you're writing a musical, you don't have to write all the words. Like, you get other people to help you out. Sometimes just getting the words right is really hard. But he was all about doing everything, like everything. So Wagner wrote out the words. And then he wrote the score, which is what all the players would do. And then he would design the sets for his operas. He would go and like paint the sets and stuff. And then he would design the costumes. And then he would make sure that everyone knew where to go. That's called the stage action. And he even built the theater. So he like straight up German man style went and built this thing so that he could have a place to put his operas in, because literally no other opera house had like all the structures that were needed. This man is insane. It's totally insane. Look at all this stuff he did. And he would just sit around and he would put on these operas. So one of the big operas that are put on every year is or not every year. Boy, it takes about 10 years to put these on. It's called the Ring Cycle. Boy, doesn't that sound like Lord of the Rings. It's 4 operas that are each 4 hours long. Yeah, it's insane. I believe tickets to the Ring Cycle, when they put it on in Los Angeles, gosh, it costs like $1,200 to go to these things. And guys, they're not like super, like they take forever to do. It takes a long work. So we're not going to check out the Ring Cycle. We're going to check out one that's called Tristan und Isolde. Hey, we have a picture of Wagner. There he is, a photograph. And he's trying to integrate all the arts into a single theatrical experience that he came up with out of his head. But music should be the best. And we're going to, this is very, very opera. Very, very Wagner. This is a song called Liebestod, or Love Death. Here we go. Now, for those of you who are curious, Tristan und Isolde is the story that Romeo and Juliet is based off of. If you've ever watched the movie Romeo and Juliet or know about or know the general plot. Boy meets girl. They can't be together. And I think they die at the end. And this very much characterizes what I think Wagner operas are like. It's just kind of a bunch of people standing there. Now, the only thing she could be doing that would be more Wagner would be like wearing... I'm trying to think what it is. Like, you know the hats with the horns on them? Like the Viking helmets? That would probably be the only thing that would be more Wagnerian than what this is. I'll be honest. I respect Wagner, but I don't know if I'd want to watch this. I think it's really boring. They're just kind of standing there singing. And the singing is like, it's super hard to do. This is really difficult. This woman is incredibly trained. She's amazing at what she does. But she's just kind of standing there nodding. So, and it's also in German, so I'm not particularly too interested. I'm having trouble following along. But and the music behind it's incredible. Totally sounds like a Disney movie. But again, like, am I going to sit around listening to Wagner? Maybe if I was cooler, I'd want to do it. But I'm not so sure if I'm interested. So what do you guys think? What's your take on Wagner operas? Let's hear it. 50-50 for Taya.